Hey guys, there's a great movement that's happening all around the world. It's a spiritual movement. And I thank God that God is moving by His Spirit, because we know that in every community, there are children that are hurting. In every community, there are vulnerable children that are waiting for you and waiting for me to respond. And we know that it won't be something that we can do by our own strength, by our own might, but it's going to be by God's Spirit. This is not a natural movement. This is a spiritual movement that God is raising up His church in every community for every child. And this is really all for the one, that one child that's in your community. How can you choose to make a difference? You see, in my family, I'm one of 12 kids. There were 6 brothers that were grafted in. And I've learned that once you have more than 3 kids, you start getting numbers. And so in my family, I'm number 5. But years ago, there were 6 brothers that were grafted into my family. And my dad's ForEvery, Bishop Aaron C. Blake, his ForEvery was Melvin Johnson. And my heart, my passion, what drives me every day are the millions of Melvin Johnsons that are around the world. Who's your ForEvery? And I believe that God has called us, called you to really follow Scripture. As we've heard it many times before, maybe it's your first time. James 1:27 says, pure and undefiled religion is to the widow and to the orphan, that we are to care for them. And so this movement is about following the mandate of God in Scripture and how God stirs us with compassion to respond. And I'm asking you today to join this movement, because God is shaking the foundations of the world, because His church is responding for the one. See, this is all for the one. There's a child in your community that's waiting for you to respond. Come and be a part of this movement. God is doing something great in His midst. God bless you. Tap into what God is doing.